The local Nords may not like us very much,
Holy...
but they don't seem to mind having access to enchanted weapons and armor.
They brought the orb in here. How did they move it? That is incredible. There's some writing in it, or some markings. Wow.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope.
Well, yes indeed. How did you how did you get the orb from Sarthal into here? Well, I guess you don't want to reveal that. But I've been carrying this alembic of yours. Here it is.
Ah, yes, there it is. Thank you so much.
You are more than welcome. Is there anything you can tell me about wards?
The key to wards is that they take time to charge. Not long, but you can't start casting with a fireball coming at you. Also, if your ward isn't negated by an incoming spell, it will recharge itself after a moment or two. Just be careful. Casting wards requires constant concentration, and you can easily find yourself drained of your magica reserves.
Okay. What do you have for sale, Tolfdir?
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
Alteration spells, I assume. All spells I know already.
Until next time.
Yes, yes. Looks like everyone is here. Wondering what on earth is this?
We shouldn't have been disturbing Saarthal, no matter what you found down there.
Well, we kind of found this one here. Yes, spells. You were the illusionist, aren't you?
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
What do you have for sale?
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
I think I know all the spells you are selling. Is there anything I can help you with?
There may be a matter in which your skills could be useful. The various points of focus for magic energies around the college have become polluted and need cleansing.
Oh, okay, I'll help.
Very well. These specially enchanted gloves will allow you to delve directly into the focal points for these energies. Go to each focal point and remove whatever impurities you may find there. Return the gloves to me when you have finished. Please exercise caution. This is not a procedure without possible consequences.
Okay, so maybe that's why you're not doing it yourself? Oh, well, I'll consider it. Urag, very nice to see you here.
Need something?
Here are the books that went missing.
Well, well. And you seem to be in one piece. Thank you. I'll look these over and inform Mirabelle if I find anything relevant. Night of Tears, eh? I remember this one. Well, isn't that interesting? Did you read it yourself? If I recall it correctly, that has some interesting implications. You should mention that to Tolfdir. And here. I suppose you've earned these.
Yes, and I also found some more Solidor's work, those books you mentioned.
Excellent. I'll start translating it. Shouldn't take me more than a day or two.
Oh, good. I'm very interested in reading the translated version of that. Thank you. Talk to Tolfdir, you said. I will.
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of
Hello.
Skyrim.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
You wouldn't have any conjuration spells for me.
So you wish to master the arcane arts?
Yes, indeed. You don't. You know what? Maybe you could teach me a bit about conjuration.
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
Yes, indeed. Very interesting. Thank you for this training session. Is there any spells I could use these skills I learned?
Take a look.
No new spells? Okay. I heard you talking about some missing apprentices?
Ah, that, yes. The group prior to yours has disappeared entirely. It's possible that there was less than the necessary amount of oversight. That's still being looked into. But we've had no contact with them for quite some time now. Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to get themselves lost in the Outer Realms. But I think that's giving them too much credit.
How long have they been missing?
I hadn't really considered it in terms of time. I suppose it's been at least a month. Let me think. What were they working on? As I recall, Yngvarr was trying to improve flame cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's harsh environment. Elos Tai was practicing illusion spells. She was having trouble with the calm spells, I believe, but only ever worked with skeevers. And then there's Borvir and Rundi, twins, though they rarely agreed on anything. Those two boys were obsessed with mead, convinced they could concoct something to compete with Honningbrew. Something about using frost magic to chill the mead for a certain period of time. I felt it was a waste, but the Archmage let them proceed.
That is interesting.
Ah, that. It's possible that... But we've had... Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to
Yes,
get
but
themselves
where
lost in the Outer
could they have
Realms.
gone?
I'm not sure. None of them were working on anything terribly dangerous. As I recall, Yngvarr was trying to improve flame cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's harsh environment.
Yes.
Until next time.
Yes, until next time. Yes, talk to Tolfdir. And Urag gave me some new books. I could look into these. Many interesting books there as well. About Night of Tears, Tolfdir.
It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education.
Urag suggested I come see you.
Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery?
I found a certain book, The Night of Tears.
Is that the one about something buried beneath Saarthal?
Yes,
Something that men and Mare fought over?
yes.
I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I don't recall the details. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before.
Yes,
Eliad,
they are.
Gwenna, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aaron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon. No,
It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go.
Why would I follow you? Tell me one good reason, and I don't think you can come up with any.
Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Psijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants.
Oh really? Well, aren't you just an advisor here, Ancano?
Technically that is true, but I still report to the Old Merry Dominion, and I cannot ignore this situation. Don't worry. You can return to your petty squabbles and meaningless research as soon as this matter is resolved.
Old Merry Dominion, and that's exactly why I don't trust you. I knew it. I knew it. And now that Tolfdir mentioned it, I do feel it. I do feel it indeed. But Psijic Order? I don't trust you, but if there is indeed someone from the Psijic Order here, I must talk to him or
Now,
her.
you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Well, if it's up to me, you will be removed from the college. But let's play along for now. Ah, forgot my hood on.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm.
What is this? Did you freeze time? Yes, you did. How did
It
you...
is good to meet you in person.
Yes, I guess so, but how are you doing this?
It is good to meet you in person.
How can you stop time? What did you do?
I've given us a chance to speak privately. But I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with.
Well, if it is dangerous, then why don't you do something about it? You are obviously very powerful mage. I've never heard about someone stopping time like this.
I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Ancano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so.
What exactly is the problem with this Eye of Magnus?
As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
Okay, well, I'd like to help, but I don't know what to do.
Unfortunately, the future is as obscure to us as it is to you. The overwhelming power of the Eye makes it difficult for us to see. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours.
Who is the Augur of Dunlane?
He was once a student here at the college. Now he is something different.
Something different? Perhaps with another name? Where can I find this Augur?
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry.
Well, what is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
That's interesting. It reminds me. Mystic tuning gloves. I need to go and look for the focal points and clean them. Not sure if it's related to this eye, but I have a feeling I need to do that. How did you get the orb in here, the Eye of Magnus?
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Psijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow.
Well, I have a feeling we didn't, but what did the Psijic want? What did he tell you?
Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed.
Have you ever heard of Augur of Dunline?
Has Tolfdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject.
Interesting. Inappropriate topic of discussion. Now that I think of it, I didn't really mean to come in here. But here. I need to visit my quarters. Put some books in my cabinet. Maybe read some. Think a bit about everything that was said. And I do want to find Tolfdir if he knows about this this undoing. Augur of Dunline. I'm already mixing up the names. Augur of Dunline. Focal points. Are these what that illusionist meant? Yes, they are. That's being cleansed. Oh, it's Argo.
Cesargo is eager to hear how the scrolls are working.
Yes, but I will come and find you when that happens. Can you please leave
Cesargo is eager to hear how the scrolls are working.
Yes, but can you please leave my room? Please?
Cesargo is eager to hear how the scrolls are
Zargo.
working.
You are starting to annoy me. Leave, please. That's my room. Touching and cleansing that focal point. That was very, very interesting. However, I do need to think about the things I have learned. I now have 2 perks. Don't know enough about alteration to get the regeneration bonus, but I think I can get doubling the duration for conjured atronach. Yes, indeed, and then make them. Oh, that's far beyond my skills. Should I still save the perks until I get the recovery? Or maybe I do want these, so I should get that one. There is 30. Yes, I definitely need these. Then next time I'll hopefully have 30 alterations so I can get those resistances up. Oh, there's Tolfdir, but maybe I'll talk to him later. It is getting quite late, and I do want to read the books that Urag gave me. There was quite many of them. Not sure if I will read all of them, but I will also read The Legend of Red Eagle. 6 books in total. And the 7th. But I think Urag gave the books for me. Books to me for a reason. So maybe there's something to learn from those. Yes, indeed. Reading more books.